How remote work revolutionized the work economy. The pros and cons. Over the last few years, remote work has become increasingly popular and has revolutionized the way that many of us approach our jobs. Remote work allows us to set our own hours, work from almost anywhere in the world, and have a flexible work schedule. It also allows us to work more efficiently and effectively while reducing the costs associated with physical offices, commuting, and other traditional work-related expenses. While remote work certainly has its benefits, there are also some potential drawbacks that should be taken into consideration. In this video, we will explore both the pros and cons of remote work and take a look at how it has transformed the modern work economy. What is remote work? Remote work is any employment situation where a worker does not physically commute to an office. As a result, many companies are beginning to implement remote work policies to attract and retain employees who might otherwise be reluctant to relocate in order to take a job. Remote work can take many different forms, including working from home, working from a co-working space, telecommuting, or working remotely from another country. It's important to note that remote work might not be the right fit for everyone and is not a perfect solution for any company or industry. Depending on the job, individuals may need to collaborate and interact with others in person. For example, salespeople might do better with in-person sales calls rather than making sales remotely online. Remote work is also not a good option for jobs that require regular attention to detail or frequent updates, such as emergency dispatch or emergency room doctors. Benefits of remote work. Although many people initially use remote work as a way to transition from a full-time position to a part-time work schedule, remote work can also be beneficial for companies that want to save money by reducing overhead. Here are some of the benefits of remote work. More efficient and effective work. Many remote workers report that they are more efficient and effective when working remotely. This may be due to reduced distractions and a lack of interruptions. More availability. When people have the option to work remotely, they are often more available to work on different projects, even if they are outside of conventional business hours. This can be especially beneficial for people who work in industries such as healthcare, education, or journalism, where certain types of work must be done at certain times. Reduce commuting costs. Remote work can often reduce or eliminate the costs associated with commuting, which are often substantial. This is especially true in large cities, where the average cost of a monthly subway or train pass can be more than $100 each month. More flexible work environment. A remote work environment often allows employees to create their own schedules and choose the hours that are best for them. This gives workers more flexibility to care for children or elderly parents, as well as to pursue other activities outside of work. Reduced office costs. Remote workers often don't need to purchase the same type of office furniture or equipment as people who work in a physical office. This can lead to significant savings. Potential drawbacks of remote work. Despite the many benefits of remote work, there are also some disadvantages to consider. Some of the potential drawbacks of remote work include less collaboration. Although many remote workers use online communication tools to collaborate with colleagues, there is often less face-to-face interaction during meetings, which can reduce the frequency of face-to-face collaboration. Less personal interaction. Because remote workers don't often see each other, it can be difficult to form personal relationships with colleagues who work remotely. This is especially true for people who work remotely from home. Less interaction can also contribute to less team and project engagement, which can negatively impact productivity. Less social support. Working from home can sometimes be less socially supportive than working in an office. This is particularly true for people who work from home and don't have coworkers to interact with during lunch or coffee breaks. The impact of remote work on the modern work economy. The advent of remote work has had a significant impact on the modern work economy. Many companies are now choosing to outsource work to other countries rather than hire employees within the United States. This has led to an increase in remote work among U.S. employees, since many prefer to work remotely rather than move to a different country. Remote work has also changed the way that people look for jobs. In the past, many people looked for jobs in their local area, which meant that they were often limited to a few employers and had to move to find a new job. But thanks to the rise of remote work in recent years, more people are able to work remotely from almost anywhere. This means that job seekers can apply for positions with companies outside of their local area, expanding their job opportunities and making it easier to find a job that's a good fit. Remote work and job creation. One of the most significant benefits of remote work is that it makes it easier to hire people in other countries. This can be particularly helpful for companies in industries such as software development, architecture and design, and journalism, where skilled workers are often in short supply. By giving employers the option to hire workers who are located outside of the United States, remote work can help create more jobs. Remote work can also help build job security for workers who wanted to stay employed and avoid job losses during recessions or economic crises. This is particularly true for people who work remotely and who may be less affected by economic downturns than people who work in physical offices. Remote work can also help prevent job losses due to technological advances, such as self-driving vehicles or AI. Remote work and productivity. Many studies have found that remote work can lead to increased productivity among employees. However, the results of these studies have been mixed. Some researchers have found that remote workers are more productive than those who work in an office. Others have found that people who work remotely are less productive than those who work in an office. A major factor in these mixed results is that some remote work policies aren't as effective as others. Some companies implement remote work policies that are unorganized, unproductive, and unhelpful. Others use remote work as an excuse to hire low-quality employees. Remote work is not a silver bullet that magically makes employees more productive. Instead, it's an opportunity for managers to develop new practices and systems that make working remotely more effective. Remote work and employee morale. Some employers worry that the lack of face-to-face interaction, social support, and collaboration in a remote work environment can hurt employee morale. However, many workers report that they feel a greater sense of autonomy, empowerment, and ownership as remote workers. In fact, many workers actually report a higher level of job satisfaction and a greater sense of purpose and engagement as remote workers. This may be because remote work can give people the freedom to choose the activities that are meaningful and important to them, rather than being forced to work only on the tasks that are assigned to them. It can also help employees avoid the kind of social comparison and envy that can lead to reduced job satisfaction. Remote work and the gig economy. Remote work has also had a significant impact on the gig economy. Many people now use websites such as Upwork and Freelancer to find work and earn money as virtual assistants, freelancers, and independent contractors. Remote work can make it easier to find work as a freelancer, since employers can hire people who are located anywhere in the world. Many freelancers also use websites such as Upwork to find work, so employers can find employees who can work remotely. Tips for successfully transitioning to remote work. If you're interested in working remotely, there are a few things you can do to make the transition as smooth as possible. Here are some tips for transitioning to remote work. Make sure that remote work is actually a good fit for the job. Remote work can be beneficial for many jobs and industries, but it's not a perfect solution for everyone. Be honest with yourself about how well remote work will work for your specific role. Choose the right type of remote work for the job. There are several different types of remote work. Remote workers often create hybrid work arrangements that include several different types of remote work. Be honest with yourself about which type of remote work will work best for your job. Create a plan for communication and collaboration. Many companies that implement remote work policies do so without also devising a plan for communication and collaboration. This can make it difficult to successfully complete projects, particularly if the team is located in multiple time zones. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.